Once a trial has been designed in TreePlasm or a historical trial uploaded, the user may wish to compile a trial file in Excel with all the details of the file, including details of the site, as well as the layout, packing lists for in the nursery, for example, lists of germplasm. Let me show you how to do that. Once you are in TreePlasm, open the Queries menu. I'm going to open it in a separate tab. There you see the list of queries that you can run. In order to compile a trial file, select various of these queries. We're going to start with the single site details. Let's select that. We're going to pick up the site, and I'm going to choose to download it to Excel. Clicking on the query button, it will then download. Then go back to the queries menu and do the next query. Go to tree and plot positions and select the plot map. Again, select from the drop-down list the trial. Note that you will only be able to query the plot map if the plots have X and Y coordinates. In other words, if they have row column coordinates in TreePlasm. If those are not in TreePlasm, a map cannot be generated. Next, choose your display form. There are various options. I'm going to select the plot row column positions and the treatment name. I'm going to retain the color by replicate, but there are other options. If you had plot categories, you can also color by plot category or trial treatment category or set name. Palette, there are various choices. I'm going to choose the colorblind palette, and again I'm going to select Excel and query it, and it'll download to your downloads file. Once again, I'm going to go back to the queries menu. I'm going to now go to plot and tree map. I'm going to select this. Again, I'm going to pick up the trial. Once again, note that in order to query a plot and tree map, your trees must have X and Y coordinates. These are different to the plot row column coordinates. This is because that a plot may have multiple trees. It might be a multi-tree plot. And so the individual tree layout within those plots is important. But if those have been generated or uploaded to TreePlasm, then you can download a plot and tree map query. Again, I'm going to choose a display form, so treatment name together with the positions. I'm going to show trees. I'm going to use a line break. I'm going to again select the colorblind palette, and again I'm going to select Excel, and then I'm going to query it, and it'll download once again to the downloads file. Because this map is a little bit more involved, it may take a couple of seconds to download. Once that download is complete, I'm going to go to the queries again, and I'm going to choose the plot details list. Again, I'm going to pick up the site. Now these lists are very useful, especially for packing out a trial in the nursery. So the user may want to select one of these three options, or you may want to download all of them, which I'm going to do now. Note that all of them can only be downloaded to Excel. You can't display them on the web page on your screen, but let's choose Excel and let's query that. Again, it's going to download into your downloads folder. The user may also want to download a measurement list. In other words, a list that can be used to do data capture in the field. For example, to record survival. This can be downloaded according to the field layout of the trial. Normally, one may choose to establish the trial and using the conceptual design, and then adjustments can be made to the plot positions and the tree positions according to the field layout. Once that is done, a measurement list can be generated, which will enable the team measuring the trial to perhaps walk through various reps in long rows, or whichever way you would like to measure the trial, but this list can easily be generated. Note that if it is just a conceptual design, you will generate the measurement list according to the conceptual design. It's only once you've uploaded the field design that you can generate it according to the layout in field. But let me show you where to download that measurement list. Let's go back to queries. We're going to go to tree measurement list, the last of the menu items under tree and plot positions. We're going to select that. Once again, you're now familiar with this. Let's just choose the trial. We have to state which entry point, in other words, the measurement team. Where are they going to enter this trial? How are you going to walk? Are you going to order by row or by column? Various options. And the rep, are you going to cut across reps, or do you want the team to walk within a rep, complete rep 1 before moving on to the next rep, etc. And then again, the tree order, do you want to order by tree position, by number, etc. Normally by tree position is what you want. Then characteristics, this is where you can enter your characteristics. You can always add extra columns in Excel, so I'm just going to put that in there for now. And let's just choose to download it to Excel. And then let's query. Once the files have downloaded, you will note in your downloads file there are several files, each resulting from a query. These can easily be combined to make your trial file. Let's open one I have prepared, and then with just a little bit of editing, you can format that to have a file that contains your site details according to what is in TreePlasm, your map of your plots and your treatment names. Remember, we chose rep coloring, and there we have all our reps colored with the treatment names. You could have also chosen treatment number. You can download that. And again, we have the map, but this time instead of the treatment name, we have the treatment numbers. Then we have our tree plot map. Here you can see that this is a multi-tree plot. It's not a row plot, it's a square plot with 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. But that is your tree map. And note that these are the tree coordinates, whereas in your plot map, these are the row column coordinates. For the tree map, there is a little trick that the user must remember when working with the Excel that is downloaded straight from TreePlasm. Let me show you that now. If you open the plot tree layout file that is downloaded from TreePlasm, you will notice it is downloaded in this format. The user just needs to click on the corner there and to wrap text, and there you will see each cell contains the tree number, the treatment name in this case, and the plot number. Here we can see a plot with 4 trees, tree 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are combining all these Excels into one file, all the user needs to do is right-click on the tab, move or copy it, and then move it across into that file. As easy as that. Returning to our compiled trial file, we can see here we also have several very useful lists. These can be very useful for looking up information, but also for packing out in the nursery. For example, we have summaries. Those are the row column summaries. We have lists by entry name. Please note that I have done a little bit of formatting that the user can very easily do in terms of introducing colors to the headings and adding filters. Other lists that are downloaded. There's a summary by replicate of the plot numbers. You've got the list of the treatments, their germplasm there, and the various plot numbers. So these are the files that were downloaded with the lists download. We have another one by germplasm. The user may not need all of these, but at least there are options there available to select from. Then lastly here, the measurement form. Again, I've done a little formatting that can easily be done by the user in terms of introducing the colors there. You will see the survival. And now this measurement form, the plots and the trees are listed in exactly the way you would walking along rows and turning around, because we specified that. So the measurement form, the order of the plots and the trees will be according to what the user has specified in the query. Lastly, should the user want to get a list of the entries, the easiest way to do this is to go back to TreePlasm and to do a download to Excel from the entry table. Let's do that download now. Let's go to trial entries. I'm going to open that in a new tab. I'm going to pick up the trial and I'm going to search. There are 220 entries. I'm going to click on entries, select all the entries, and I'm going to export in Excel format. Those entries I've now included in a tab in my trial file. The user can then also add any other information from other sources to this trial file. But there we have it, how to compile a trial file from the queries and downloads in TreePlasm. I hope that you found it useful.